Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Atari A to Z, a series of short playthroughs of Atari 8-bit games, some which I grew up with and some which are new to me. Today is one of the latter. This is one of those games that we had a copy of back in the day, but I can't remember ever being able to get it to work on our old Atari 8-bit, so this is fairly new to me. I was familiar with its existence, but not of what it actually was really. The game we're looking at today is called Triad. This was a 1982 release from Adventure International developed by Ed Hobbs. It was marketed as being practically 9 games in one, with the concept being that you're attempting to win a game of Noughts and Crosses against either the computer or a second player. But taking a square on the Noughts and Crosses board requires you to engage in a spaceship battle against one of several different types of bugaboo, as the game calls it. The interesting twist on the usual formula is that each type of bugaboo can only be defeated in a specific way. These were originally provided in the game's manual, but a certain amount of fun can be had by trying to figure them out for yourself, which is probably what we're going to have to do today. So, let's go play Triad.
Okay, here we are with Triad by Ed Hobbs. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning, this is a game that I remember us having in our collection of pirated software back in the day, but it's never one that I managed to get working. Now, if you're not familiar with the Atari 8-bit, probably the reason for this is that I was trying to play it on one of the later models of Atari 8-bit, like the 800XL or the 130XE. In the case of older games from the early life of the Atari 8-bit family, so games that were designed for the Atari 400 and the Atari 800, not the 800XL, the 800, which was a different machine. Differences in the Atari operating system meant that certain games wouldn't work for one reason or another. And there were sometimes ways around that. There were pieces of software called translators that you could get that I believe the way they worked was they basically loaded in a version of the old operating system into memory, allowing you to run older games. And you could get a lot of stuff running that way, but not absolutely everything, unfortunately. So, and Triad was one of those games that I could just never get working. So this is pretty much all new to me. But I remember reading stuff about this back in the day and thinking it sounded quite intriguing. So let's give it a go. So we hit fire. There we go. Okay, so the first thing that happens is that the board gets shuffled with all these different symbols, and you then use the joystick to pick one of them, and that will throw you into combat against them. So let's say we want to start in the middle here with these spiders. So we hit the button, and that takes us into battle against the spiders. Now the spiders, the way they work, you have to hit them head on. So that means you basically have to point in the opposite direction to what they're flying in and hit them like that. That's one thing I do remember from the manual. Like I say, it does actually tell you how to beat all of these different types of enemies in the original game manual. So if you're struggling with this game to figure out exactly how it works and how to defeat these different types of enemies, take a look over on Atarimania. They've got a scan of the original manual there, and it does tell you how to deal with all the different formations. I can't remember all of them, so some of this is going to be a bit of figuring things out, but well, we'll see how we go. Let's try the flies next. Okay, flies, looks like you have to maybe hit them in the head, I guess. Alright, so we've now got 2 crosses in a row, so we can go for the... is that a butterfly, I guess? Well, that was easy, wasn't it? So we get a bonus for winning the level of 1,000 points, and then we do the whole thing again, but slightly different colour, because this is an 8-bit game, and that's how they tended to work. Alright, so the flies were pretty easy, so all we have to do is shoot them in the face, I think. Whoops. Stop moving. So, as you might expect, if you lose one of these stages, you don't lose a life or anything. It just means that you put a naught in the box. All right, let's go for the chess pieces this time. Let's go for a vertical. So chess pieces, I believe the way these ones work is you've got just one pawn going there, and if you shoot that, it'll split into other chess pieces. And you basically have to fight your way through all the different types of chess pieces until you reach the queen, I think. So each one of them splits into 2. There we go. So it goes pawn, knight, rook, queen, I think. I believe that's what that last one is supposed to be anyway. You'll notice it struggling a bit when there's a lot of sprites on screen. As we've mentioned a few times before, the Atari 8-bit only had 4 hardware sprites and 4 missile sprites, which were sort of 4 pixels wide. So anything more than that you had to do in software, basically. And that could slow things down a bit. Okay, so we got a vertical on the go there. Let's go for the UFOs next. Now, how does this work? Do we have to hit them from underneath, maybe? Yes, looks that way. Alright, 2,000 points for winning level 2. It's going very well. Alright, again, let's try and take the middle first. So we got these birds? Bats? I think these ones you just have to hit several times. There we go. That was pretty easy. Let's try the arrows. Right, if I remember correctly, the way this one works, you can only destroy an arrow if it's flying to the left. And so you've got to make it turn around by shooting it as it's entering the screen on the left. Which is obviously... There we go. There we go. And then you can destroy it. But you can't turn it round while it's partway across the screen. You've got to absolutely hit it as it's coming on the screen. There we go. That's one of the ones where the manual would have been really helpful, because that would be quite difficult to figure out by yourself. Now this one I can't remember at all. So let's see what happens here. Okay. That was easy enough. He just splits into bits, a bit like the chess pieces, but not quite as difficult, I don't think. Alright, 3,000 points for level 3. Onward! Flies, we know how to deal with these. Notice how each stage is getting slightly more intense, so I think it's getting slightly faster, but it's also putting more on screen at once as well. Okay, this time let's go for the other kind of face. Again, I can't remember what this one is, so let's see what happens here. Okay, so we've got flashing diamonds that we can destroy. Do we have to destroy a diamond first? Ah, yes, I see. So you destroy a diamond and that makes them pull that face, and then you shoot them while they're pulling that face, I guess. Die. Lovely. And back to the chess pieces. Okay, so in this case we don't have more chess pieces flying around, but we do have more of those spiky mine things flying around. Which makes things a little bit trickier. You can destroy the mines, but they're just extra things you have to worry about. So, as you might expect from a game based on Noughts and Crosses, you can play this 2-player. And in that mode, rather than doing what you do here, which is you take a space if you win the minigame. not actually sure how it handles it, because I guess it would sort of have to work in the same way, unless you both compete on the same square, and whoever does best or quickest. I don't know. I haven't actually tried it, but anyway, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Let's try the middle. Face your face again. That was easy. I think we've tried them all now at least once, haven't we? So, okay, let's go flies. Oh dear. Ooh, just in time. Oh no. Oh dear. Didn't even see what got me there. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, this one is definitely just hit them a couple of times. I think it's like 3 times or something. There we go. And Ufos. Ufo. Oh, to slow down. Oh dear. Oh no, it's all going terribly wrong. Chess. I really didn't need to think that through that much, did I? Oh god. Yeah, this is getting noticeably harder now. It's one of those classic shoot 'em up instances where the slowdown might actually be reasonably helpful in some ways, in that it gives you a little bit more time to see what's coming your way and to respond to it, but at the same time you do have to deal with your controls being a lot more sluggish while it's slowing down, so... Alright, nicely done. And let's finish off with some spiders. Many spiders. Many spiders doing awkward, unpredictable movement patterns. Oh. Come back this way. No. I have you now. Oh no! Ooh. That was a little too close for my liking. Anyway, 5,000 points for level 5. Onward. Give me the UFOs. Oh, it's a bullet. It's a bullet that I'm just not seeing. It's sort of launching as I destroy the UFO and I'm moving through it. That's what's causing the problems. Okay, well that makes things mildly awkward. But not the end of the world. Let's go for the flies. I like this game. I would have enjoyed this back in the day. It's simple. And its claims of being 9 games in one are a mild exaggeration, to say the least. But no, it's good fun. And despite the slowdown, the controls are nice and responsive. What haven't I figured out here? That was incorrect. Chess. Really find myself trying to play this a bit like Asteroids with the wraparound shots, but no, you do not have those here. Okay, it's going alright. Keeping it manageable. Oh! Ooh. Much too close. How troublesome. Right, and arrows to finish, I guess. Oh god, loads of them. Okay, this one is less scary than it looks. As long as you take your time and watch what the arrows are doing. It'll be fine. Nice! 6,000 points for level 6. We are doing pretty well. Right, to the middle. Need to figure out what I was doing wrong with this one. Oh, do you have to catch them in a mine explosion, maybe? That's not easy. Ah, yes, that is what you have to do. And shooting them slows them down. Which should make it a little bit easier to do that. Oh dear. That is not my level. I'm going to try and avoid that one from now. Okay, where should we go? Let's go spiders. Oh! Oh, too many spiders. Oh, feel the awesome power of the Atari 8-bit. This was a very early game, remember, so I think we can probably forgive it a few performance issues while it's a lot of developers were still sort of figuring out the platform at this point. So I can certainly forgive them a little bit of clunkiness. Oh, you can destroy those ones by catching them in mines as well. Maybe that's something you can do with all of them. Maybe it's not unique to the butterflies. Oh no! No, no, no! No. That's made a real mess of my in-depth strategy. Alright, let's go for the bats. Oh, God. Ow. I feel like I'm going to lose. But we've had a good run. At least this one's pretty straightforward. Alright, nicely done. I can still do this. I can still do this. What am I? Crosses. Chess! Oh god, so many mines! Oh, poor thing struggling to keep up with this now. Alright, we're getting there. We are getting there. Just one more. There we go. And arrows to finish the stage. Oh, missed. There's one. There's another. Prepare for this one. Oh no! Ooh. You've got a bit of leeway in how early you need to hit them. Oh no! I lose. Didn't quite break 40,000 points, but you know, I'm happy with that. That was good. I enjoyed that game. It's a shame I wasn't able to play that back in the day, because I think I would have liked that as a kid, because there's just enough interest there to sort of make it not just another shoot 'em up. There's the sort of strategic angle, but it's not like a super complicated strategic angle. It's just Noughts and Crosses, which anyone knows how to play. And then the enemy encounters just have a nice bit of variation to them and get you thinking about how to fight them in different ways. I may have struggled a bit without the manual, because a lot of what I achieved there was from remembering what I read earlier today. But you can probably figure out most of that by yourself. Some of them aren't quite so obvious, like the spiders isn't necessarily super obvious, and yeah, I'm really not sure what to do with those butterfly things, or moths, or whatever they are. But the others, I feel like I could have probably figured out. But if you can destroy them with the mind, anyway, that doesn't really matter too much, because you can just do that. Anyway, let's leave that there for today. That was Triad for Atari 8-bit from Adventure International. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.